I really enjoyed the first reading and the gospel today. They're both very interesting. The first reading is about when Abraham had a conversation with God. And then the gospel today is when Jesus was teaching his followers and disciples to pray the Our Father. Jesus said to go ahead and ask God, and he shall give you whatever you need. And that's where we get ask and you shall receive. Seek and you shall find. Knock and the door shall open. That prayer really has several different types. Abraham, his prayer or conversation with God is what we call a dialogue. And that's where we tell God what we're thinking, what we're feeling, what our hopes are. We share that with him. In the gospel, the Our Father is what we call a formal prayer. Jesus taught us to memorize that. But when we pray it, each line has such a profound meaning that we really have to focus on each line, and that makes it even more powerful. In the second one, Jesus said, go ahead and ask, and it shall be answered. That's a petition. That means when we petition or ask God for help. And thinking about petition made me think about Detroit. There's a famous priest that's from Detroit who's now long since passed, but his name is the Venerable Solanus Casey. He was a very famous priest because it seemed that whatever he asked God for, he would receive. And people would line up asking him to pray for them. So Father Solanus Casey would pray for them, and it seemed always that his prayers were immediately answered. And people would ask Father Solanus, why are your prayers so readily answered? Because their prayers weren't. And he said, I have no idea. I don't think my prayers are any better than yours. But when I pray, I really believe what I'm asking for, and maybe that's why they're answered. So I think it's important that when we pray, we have to really believe that God will answer. We have to have that faith. So whatever types of prayers you're praying, the whole point is that when we pray, we put ourselves before God. And the more we are with God, the more God can influence us. So I think it's possible that today's reading and the gospel kind of inspire us to want to pray even more. Thank you, and may God bless you.